Well, hello, everyone. My name is Steve Mise, and I'm the Regional Vice President with Emeritus Retirement Plans. And I'm here to discuss the Texas Construction Association 401k Retirement Collective. This program is available only to Texas Construction Association members. And I'm making this presentation in conjunction with Ab Cawthorn, who is the advisor to the plan. And he is with Raymond James Financial Services, and he is based in Bryan, Texas. So, what is the Retirement Collective? Well, it's a plan design and not just a product or a program. It's about outsourcing the key elements, operational elements of a 401k to experts rather than having to do that internally. It's about reducing the employer liability. It's about cost and not just fees. And it's certainly about keeping it all simple. So, there are 5 things every employer wants in a 401k plan. Has to be easy to administer, must be cost competitive. It needs to minimize the fiduciary liability that employers have and really aren't aware of. Certainly has to be compliant and teams with well known providers. Well, in the eyes of the Department of Labor and the IRS, a typical 401k plan sponsor has up to 56 different responsibilities, and most employers are probably only aware of about 3. Well, the Retirement Collective is taking 95% of that responsibility off the employer. Now, the employer still has 3 key tasks that only they can do. The employer must upload the payroll files because that's a payroll function of the employer. Monitor the Retirement Collective. Well, every quarter we send out quarterly reports to every employer, and that remains in your data file. And then the employer must provide the year-end census data because, again, only the employer controls that data. But again, 95% of those 56 responsibilities are now being tasked to the collective. So why hire the experts when you've probably been doing this on your own for a while? Well, the Department of Labor says that 67% of the 401k plans that they audit each year fail their audit. That's 2/3 of all the plans that they audit each year, which means that most employers are just unaware of everything that is required of them when they offer a 401k plan and they do it on their own. So again, the collective is assuming the bulk of those responsibilities and taking that burden off the employer. So let's talk about cost. Well, as is true in any business, there are a lot of soft dollar costs that a business owner incurs, which are unquantifiable. And in the case of a 401k plan, if you have your staff or even yourself involved in the normal task of running a plan, if it ties up 2 hours of staff time a week over the course of the year, that could be almost $3,800 of cost. If your plan's big enough and requires up to 4 hours per week, that's up to $7,500. 6 hours a week, 6 hours of staff time per week could easily cost over $11,000. So those are the costs that employers don't see because they can't quantify them when they're running their own plans. Again, with the TRA collective, the vast majority of the work is borne by the collective itself and not by the employer. So it frees your staff up and yourself to work on other tasks that are more pressing within your organization. So the Retirement Collective team is my company, Emeritus, and Emeritus is known as the record keeper. We do the daily evaluation of every participant's account at the close of market every day. We provide the participant and the employer website. We provide all the education tools, the participant services tools, a live human to assist participants when they have questions regarding their plan. Then TRA, which is the Retirement Advantage, they are the named operational fiduciary to the plan. So they're doing the bulk of the work on the plan. And Raymond James, a very famous name, is the investment advisor to the plan. They serve as what's known as the ERISA 338. So they're responsible for the selection of the investment options that are made available to the plan, as well as the ability to add and delete funds as needed. But they assume the fiduciary liability for that aspect of a 401k plan. So Emeritus has been in business since 1887, headquartered in Lincoln, Nebraska, has more than 28 billion in assets under management, very active in supporting nonprofit organizations, certainly within Metro Lincoln, throughout the state of Nebraska, and throughout the United States. The retirement plan division has been in the retirement plan business for well over 60 years. The total plan assets under the retirement plans division's management is over 15.3 billion, servicing more than 8,500 plans and just under 270,000 participants. TRA, which is the Retirement Advantage, is the plan administrator and the named fiduciary to the plan under ERISA Section 316. So that means that they're the operational fiduciary. They're in all 50 states, actually, they're closer to 250 plus plans now, over 10,000 participants, over 25 years of experience in the industry. And they're the fastest growing TPA, which is third party administrator in the US, and have over 14 sales and marketing consultants throughout the country. And Raymond James, well, I mentioned that they're the investment fiduciary to the plan. So that's called ERISA 338. They're responsible again for the selection and the managing of the investment providers in the plan. In other words, they can add and delete different investment providers as needed to meet the duties as the investment fiduciary. They were founded in 1962, based in St. Petersburg, Florida, over $1 trillion under administration. So the investment managers, some of these are well known, like Fidelity and Franklin Templeton and T. Rowe Price and BlackRock. And this is just a small list of all the investment managers that are available to Raymond James in their selection of the funds that best suit the retirement collective and ultimately the participants of the retirement collective. So in closing, why the retirement collective? Well, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's a plan design and not a product or just a program. It's about outsourcing the key elements of a 401k plan to experts that do nothing but 401k plan work. It's about reducing the fiduciary liability that employers have, but they didn't realize they have. You've seen all 56 points. It's about cost and not fees. So it reduces the costs that employers typically have when they are providing their own 401k plan. And it's certainly about keeping everything simple. Well, I thank you for your time. Please don't hesitate to contact us should you have any questions or if we can be of any assistance in the 401k arena. Thank you.